Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs of Africa. This is our very last episode for season 1. So you may have noticed there's no one sitting beside me. So we're interviewing one of our very own Kemis or REM. So can I welcome Kemis on set? So thanks for being on set with us today. So how does it feel? Does it feel different being on set rather than behind the camera?
Definitely. I think I have more confidence behind the camera because then I'll know mathematically how the image lighting is gonna be and stuff like that. So
you like to be in control of it?
Yeah, I like to be in control of all of that.
Alright, so we know that you do photography.
Yeah.
So do you have any other hobbies or interests that?
Do I have any other hobbies?
Hobbies or interests? Or would you say photography is much rather a passion than?
I do a lot of stuff. I like learning things. Photography is one of those stuff that I just decided to start it as a business first. But outside of photography, I also do other things. Film, all those other things like writing, archaeology,
Wow.
all kind of things. Yeah.
Okay, so what made you decide to choose photography?
What made me decide to choose photography? I like creative things. I also do web designing, so I like just designing things, like especially like because photography it involves working with people.
Yeah.
So that's why I think I chose it. That's why I liked it the most because usually when you take a good photo for someone, because like I told you, there's not a lot of people in the community that's doing like photography work passionately and just having the quality to go with it. So being able to bring that quality to the client and seeing their reaction and how the image looks and stuff like that, that's really cool. So that's why I like photography.
So how long have you been doing photography now?
I've been doing it for almost 4 years now.
Wow.
When I was still in high school, that was when I started my business.
Oh, did you not study for it, or did you just jump straight into it?
Well, like I said, I was still in high school when I was starting my business, so the science behind photography, I already knew it when I was still in high school. But I did want to like know the legal side of photography and stuff like that. So that's why I decided to go further and do my certificate for it and my diploma and stuff like that in photography. Yeah.
So what kind of photography do you do? What types of photography?
What types of photography do I do? I do portraits, I do events, I do weddings, I do advertisements, and I do coachings also. Because there's, like I told you earlier, there's not a lot of photographers in the community that has quality and stuff like that. So I do coaching also. So if you want to get into photography, I'll teach you the science of how it's done, the mathematics and all that.
Do you enjoy like doing event photography or portrait photography, or which one resonates more with you?
It depends on the moment. Sometimes, like it depends on the client too. For some people, I don't know. There's so many factors to it. Like, like I don't know. There's so many factors to it. I can't really decide which one is the best. But when I was just starting, out, portrait was the best one, my favorite, because I could photograph like my family members and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where I learned the most about like all the lighting, all the colors, and all those other things from portrait photography. But then I transfer that knowledge onto other categories that I do also.
Yeah. So what do you try to capture in your photos? Let's say with portrait photos, is there something that you try to capture, or what do you look for?
Just the personality of the client. That's what I try to capture. So beforehand, I just try to like have a conversation with the client, just so I can know a little bit about them and their family and stuff like that, and what they like, what they don't like, and all those kind of things. And I try to bring that in the photo and stuff like that. So I think that's the differentiating factor between me and other photographers, because the other photographers, they just want to go through Google and stuff like that and just try to mimic what they see on the actual web search and stuff like that. But me, I try to like go beyond it and just like do something completely different for the client, which will like be similar to their type of personality, basically.
Okay. So as a young person starting a business, you know, and you know, we know photography takes a lot of heavy equipment and whatnot. How did you work with the budgeting and the finances? How did you manage those?
The budgeting.
To actually start your own?
I don't want to go too much into it because it wasn't that good. I was, like I said, I was still in high school, so as you can guess, I wasn't earning that much, and I wasn't working that many hours, but I just knew that I didn't want to constantly be working for someone else. I didn't want to work for someone else, like for real. So I tried to just find something that I liked that will be able to provide for my future income and stuff like that. So that's what photography.
Is there something else behind it? Because you know, we know that photographers could work for like an agency or something.
Yeah.
So what is something that really pushed you to go solo and be really independent and start your own, much rather than, you know, because you said you don't want to work for somebody else, but is there something else behind that?
What do you mean?
Like you, did you want to be more free with the kind of photography you did, or is because you know we don't, obviously you said you don't want to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
But was there some sort of passion or drive behind?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I told you, I like being creative. I like creative. I like creative thoughts and stuff like that, and being able to implement my thoughts into things and stuff like that. So that's so that's why I decided to do my own photography business and stuff like that. Because that way I can actually control what comes out and what doesn't come out, and what I allow in and what I don't allow in and stuff like that. So that was the main reason for me me wanting to start my own business, just so I can be able to just have my own vision and show it to the world.
So with your packages, I really want to ask this question. So why would somebody go for, you know, Orient photography or Orama photography much rather than going for another photographer? Like, what differentiates you from other photographers?
Well, what differentiates Orient photography from other photographers is, like I told you earlier, the quality. There's a lot of photographers that just wants to be photography in the photography business, I should say, for the sake of the need for it. Because like I told you, there's a lot of need for professional photographers, but they don't really want to put in the extra work in being able to understand the science of lighting and colors and all those other things, and the stories and all those other things that is required for being a professional photographer. So basically they just shoot automatically, rather than understanding the manual side of it, where they can control the lighting and all those other things. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, and you mentioned that there's a need for photographers. So do you think that since you started, you've been getting, you know, it has been going at a good success rate? And are most your clients much rather African or, you know, Australians?
Most of my clients are Africans. There's usually this thought that people have that Africans don't spend money on other Africans. I think that's the biggest lie you could ever tell anyone. Africans, they just don't hire other Africans because Africans, we have like this agenda that we want our things to be of high quality. So if you show high quality in your work, then they're gonna hire you. A lot of people, they don't put in the work, so they don't get other Africans hiring them, and they think that Africans just don't want to hire other Africans, when in actuality they just don't put in the work. So I put in the work. So most of my clients, like 90% of them are Africans, and I charge like based on how much work I put in and stuff like that. So I don't know this agenda.
So you're feeling you're getting a lot of support from the community, from fellow Africans?
Yes, I'm getting a lot of support, but I wouldn't really call it support. I would just call it I'm getting a lot of clients. I don't know what to call it, but I don't think it's support because they're just going forward because they want to get like what I'm providing basically.
Okay.
So it's like a business. Like when you go to the shop, you go in there to get value or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same kind of concept. So if you go to I don't know, buy food, it's just you're not trying to support the shop. You're just trying to get what you want. What you want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the kind of concept.
Yeah. Okay, so your business is called Orama Photography?
Orion Photography, yes.
Orion.
Yeah.
So what does that name originate from? What does it mean, and why did you choose it for your business?
Orion Photography is my last name, and I chose it for my business name because I don't know really. Like for real, I don't know why I chose it as because like I told you, I was still in high school.
Yeah.
And I didn't have like I don't know why I chose it.
But does it sound good too?
Yeah, I think so. No. I think I just chose it because I wanted something to be continuous, basically.
Yeah.
And my last name, like, you know what I'm saying? Like even it's continuous. Yeah.
Okay, so we know photography it's like an art almost. It's almost like an art form, and it's so. I feel like, and I'm not sure, but I feel some people would agree with me that art is something that's not really empowered, or something that's not really encouraged in the youth, so that they can go and actually utilize those talents and actually do something out of it. So this is maybe putting you a little bit on the spot. So how do you feel about that, first of all, following your passion in the arts, and do you encourage African youth to actually follow through with that?
It depends on who you talk to. If you talk to the parents, they're gonna say follow a different path. But a lot of people, they don't understand like the future. Like art is one of the most powerful things like in the world. Like it's one of the most powerful things. People don't understand this. In art, you can change a person's perception basically, the way they see the other parts of the world and stuff like that. So this is like what I try to concentrate on. Like with my photography, I don't concentrate on things that I think will show something that isn't right basically. So I only focus on like the positive, what I think is positive, to bring out to the world and stuff like that. So if you go on my website, you'll see most of the stuff that I photograph is like a reflection of me basically. So I only focus on the clients that what do you call it, that respect themselves basically. Not just go out trying to like, I don't know, like do crazy things and they want it to be shown to the world and stuff like that. So if you show respect to yourself, then I'll just put that in an image because I can relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Like
so
you're
almost putting a message out.
Basically.
So what can we expect to see from Orion Photography? Do you have any future plans or expansions that we can look forward to?
Well, like I said, I'm doing a lot of different things. Right now I'm a university student also. So in terms of Orion Photography, I think what you would be expecting from it, maybe it's gonna become a company, because like I said, I do coaching also. So within the coaching realm, if I find someone that exceeds meets the requirement of the Orion Photography standard, then I will hire them and make the business a company, so that if I start getting more clients like I am right now, then I'll just push the job onto them and stuff like that. Because like I said, I don't have a lot of time, and there's a lot of people making phone calls and stuff like that. And sometimes I have to like push it forward because I can't really like Because
Fit
I'm busy.
everything.
With a lot of different other things.
Yeah, that's
So,
understandable. So, say I want to hire you. Where can I contact you? Where can I find you?
If you want to hire me, you can phone me, or you can go on my website, which is probably the easiest thing. So orientphotography.com. orientphotography.com. You can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, you can go on email me. Yeah, a lot of methods to stay in touch with me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Kemis. And hopefully next time you'll be behind the camera where you feel you belong. All right, thank you guys so much for joining us today. It's really exciting to finish the season with one of our very own. Stay tuned for after this because there will be a special performance from the Unbreakable Dance Crew. So stay tuned for that and we'll see you guys next season.
In a bando. Chap in a bando, I don't wanna look like you. My young nigga with a Rambo, you be getting took right through. Gotta have scrams on a block car, you know what a hood might do. Chap in a bando, I don't wanna look like you. In a bando, 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 in a band, in a band.
Let's go.
In a band, in a band, like you. In a bando, in a bando. In a bando, in a bando.
Hey. Mo. African woman, move your body, hey. I like the way you move, oh yeah, shake your body, hey. African woman, move your body, hey. I like the way you move, oh yeah, shake your body, hey. Oh yeah, baby. Come on, get. Oh yeah, baby. Move your body.
Não faz isso, bela, bela. 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 Não faz isso, bela. Não faz isso, bela. Não faz isso, bela,
Hi guys, we're the Unbreakables. This is Evelyn at the end. We have Sharon,
Hello.
Captain Vicky, Neymar and Holly. We're the Unbreakable Dancers. We started dancing about 3 years ago and we're all sisters, all from one family. We started dancing because I wanted to set a vision for the little ones because they have talent, so I wanted to showcase it to you guys by creating this group. So guys, if you want to invite us for weddings, birthdays, what other things, anything like a festival, anything, just call us, contact us. If you want to email us, the link will be right down below and we'll get right back at you as soon as we can. Dance.